All right, it's media day. I'm joined by Foster head coach Shaun McDowell. Coach, we are talking playoff predictions. Way too early playoff predictions because we haven't even got this thing started yet. But in 5A in the Houston area, last year you saw Crosby come up out of nowhere and pull off 4 or 5 upsets to get to that final game against Toledo, which turned out to be too much for him. But what do you think about a team like Crosby or maybe another 5A team that could make a similar type run and sneak up on people?
Yeah, I think Crosby, man, has had a heck of a year last year with that quarterback and receiver, had a dynamic duo thing going, running back kind of, they've had it all together. I think they're going to be hurting a little bit with graduation, but I still think they're going to be very talented. I think the team to beat in 5A Division II kind of thing is Fort Bend Marshall. I still think that they got it going. So I think they if you look at the Crosby-Marshall game last year, it was really a surprise, and I think Marshall maybe underestimated Crosby a little bit. But I think Marshall's going to come back with a vengeance, and so that's my favorite pick, I think.
Yeah, and they still have that Chris Marshall over there that's just – I mean, you know about wide receivers that are hard to guard, even the Reese last year with Cody and CD a couple years back, but – this guy has got the height, got the speed, he's got the athletic ability. I mean, have you had a chance to see him play a little bit? And what can a player like that, how far can he push a team on his own?
He's like what we like to call in our business freaks. I really like those type of guys. I mean, and here's a guy, too, that hadn't played a whole lot of football either. Been a basketball guy, kind of transitioning over. So he's got a lot of natural ability. There's some type stuff that you just can't coach. You can kind of refine and get him, but he's probably a fun guy to coach. Maybe a guy that wants to be coached, because he feels like he's behind. But I mean, he has some physical tools that are gonna just take him to places that he wants to go, wherever he wants to go. So I think he's probably one of the top guys in the Houston area. I think there's just so many of them, and I think he's one of the top for sure.
Well, if we get up into Division I, let's start off talking about the Foster Falcons. I know you got hit with some graduation with Big Rube finally gone and Cody and them. Talk about what it's going to take for the Falcons to make a little bit of a push in the playoffs.
We're going to have to grow up a little bit. We're going to call on some guys, I think, that might not be ready for the fire, but they better put the suit on because they're going to get a chance to jump in it. Our senior class, we knew that a few years ago that they weren't going to be as we're going from 45 to 50 seniors down to 20, and this class just was small from the get-go. So we've seen it coming, and we played a lot of young kids last year, like 13 sophomores that will all be back as juniors. So we're young, but we have some experience in some spots, but we'll be very young in places that count, like quarterback and some receiver, maybe some D-line and O-line. So we just got to grow up, and hopefully we improve every week, and we're going to see if our processes in place actually work. It's easy to coach guys like Ruben and Cody and guys that have, Tyler Onyedem that are all moved on, and we wish them the best of luck. But we got some young guys and some seniors that we're really going to rely on, and we're excited about them.
Well, let's talk about some teams that is getting a lot of pub. Obviously, Manville out of your district and Katie Paytow, who's probably playing their last season in 5A before they get pushed up. What do you think about those teams, and could they possibly find their way into a regional final and whatnot?
Yeah, I really think that Manville and Paytow are the class of the district. I think I'm not ready to crown anybody yet, but I think just looking at, guys that we look at as going to be big-time games. I mean, Manville and Paytow probably are borderline 6A. I know Paytow is for sure, but Manville is always kind of on that cusp. I think Manville has some challenges as far as who's going to be their quarterback. Pretty sure they'll find that one. But they've got a lot of returning guys from last year, and they tore us up. And then Paytow, I think, just continues to get better each year as a program. They've got a lot of move-ins. Coach Gott and his staff do a great job. They're a physical team, which presents a unique challenge because of what they do offensively and defensively. You got to kind of change up kind of some things that you do because you don't have to always defend them from numbers and numbers. You got to play in their little phone booth. I'm really excited about those two teams and the opportunity to play them. But I do think that if anybody's going to get through, you got to go through Cedar Park in our region. Let's be honest. I mean, they were the district champs last year. They beat us all.
I guess let's just finish up with this year being different from last year. How important is it going to be? You're not going to mess around with zone play. You're going to play everybody in your district. You're going to get a consistent non-district schedule, which a lot of the teams got games canceled left and right. And that kind of stuff really helps you when it comes to preparing for the playoffs and preparing for district play as well. With the non-district games, you get to test out some of your new philosophies and strategies and new players and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It kind of feels like the first year in realignment again, because we didn't play half of the teams in our district. You know, didn't play Angleton, didn't play Wisdom, didn't play Milby. You know, so we don't even know what their sub-varsities did last year. So it's kind of like almost a little bit like we're starting over. It really feels like that way. So I know we're excited about it. I know our kids are excited. I feel like there's an overall excitement in the district, you know, as far as being able to play people. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting back on schedule. The summer's been great. The workouts have been awesome. But you know, it really feels like we're back the way it should be and the way it is. So
excellent. And before we get to the playoffs, we got to do the regular season, which starts up in a couple of weeks. Coach, thanks for joining us and good luck throughout the season.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.